Hello everybody, this is Carmsco018, and I've got a bit of another, I guess, anti-bullying thing I need to say, and it has to do with something like, that ended up happening last night on, Deon's stream, and I tried to, obviously, apologize for the people that were responsible, but if you know the whole thing between me and Deon, you know he didn't really act well with that. Anyway, this is going to be essentially against verbal bullying. And yes, if any of you guys still support Deon, which I don't know if any of my subscribers actually do, but if you do, this is partly towards him, but I would recommend not. I want him to know about it, but at the same time, I kind of don't. Because I don't want him, you know how he is. He will assume that I'm trying to invalidate his problems or ruin his day or whatever. But I am not. This is essentially telling him something that he does need to know, and that apparently he hasn't learned yet. Well, probably not all the way. This is against verbal bullying. Okay, let's go to the Deon situation, for example, because I was going to put a scenario in here that involved Deon and how he treats people. And for those of you who are supporting him, please keep this in mind, because even if he doesn't mean what he says when he has his meltdowns, words can still hurt. Let's say, for example, he gets a new subscriber. And this new subscriber obviously hasn't seen his meltdowns, so they don't know about it. And they have been suffering with their own demons, like, let's say, depression, their own demons at home, whatever's going on in their lives, and they're possibly on the fence to possibly ending their own life. I'm not saying any of his subscribers are like this. I'm just saying it's a possibility. It's a possibility. Whether it's a kid, a teen, or an adult, you guys can pick. And this person, subscribed because either they enjoyed the reactions, but since Deon's not doing them anymore, I decided, I'm gonna wait and see if he uploads something that I would, want to watch. Like, let's say he starts a new series or something, not reaction-wise, obviously, but still. If, like, let's say he starts a new type of video and I enjoy it, I'll watch it, obviously. Anyway, he gets on a live stream, and that person gets on too, and watches, and some things are okay so far. And then things go badly, and he starts having a meltdown. This person is very confused as to what's going on, because obviously they're new, they don't know what's going on. And, like a new subscriber, they do not know, his trigger words. They, tell him to calm down, or whatever they tell him, and he yells at them, calls them who knows what kind of names, insults them, but the trigger is that he tells the person to kill themselves, like go jump off a bridge, or whatever. Even if he doesn't mean it in his meltdowns, I don't know if he actually, I'm a bit on the fence myself on whether he actually means what he says on his meltdowns, or if he's just, either he doesn't mean it, or he is saying things that he has suppressed because it would not look good for his YouTube channel if he actually was vocal about how he feels, which, Deon, if you actually do feel this way, it's best that you do not be on YouTube, because you're going to piss somebody off to where they want to try and block your channel for being racist, homophobic, sexist, whatever. So if you actually mean all those things, you best stay away from YouTube, is all my advice. And, okay, now back to the scenario. The person who is on the cusp of, like, on the fence of possibly killing themselves is told by Deon to go and kill themselves. Whether he actually meant this or not is not relevant. So for any of you Deon supporters that say, he doesn't mean what he says, this isn't relevant to the situation. this person doesn't know whether he actually meant it or not. All this person knows is that Deon told them to kill themselves. And this person goes and either does it off camera or they set up a live stream and say, I'm doing this because of Deon Loud, and they give the YouTube username and they go and kill themselves. You will have to live the rest of your life with that regret of saying that sort of thing to them. Whether you meant it or not, you still said it. This is my thing against bullying. Words can hurt. Whether the person meant them or not. Or whether they said them out of anger. Words still hurt. Deon, ever think for a second that with the meltdowns, if you're going to insult somebody, ever think for a moment that they're not going to take that well? And that's why that so many people have turned against you. Noble, Lindsay, Mr. Riley, dang it, Allura, Captain Tesla, dang it, who else? Jose, Junko, how do you pronounce that username? Possibly even Corey. I don't know about that one. I'm just saying usernames of people you've hurt. Do you really think it's not because of your race, it's not because of your sexuality, it's not because of your personality or whatever? They left and are against you because of how you treat them. Because of what you said to them. Because of all the racist insults, all the homophobic insults, all the sexist insults that you've said to them. I don't care whether you've meant them or not. They still hurt. Even if you apologize, it still cuts deep. I don't know who said this quote, or the saying, but there is a saying that's the pen is mightier than the sword, because you can get an injury, and you can recover from that. But you cannot recover as easily from words. Those leave a much deeper scar that cannot heal. Especially if it's an insult where they tell you to kill yourself. That hurts. That hurts a lot. If you even thought for a moment on any of this, as to why people are against you, why you have haters and trolls against you like this, ever think for 1 second that that's the reason why? It's not because of the stupid Loud House reactions. It's not because you're not doing reactions anymore. It's because of how you treat people. Someone who treats their followers or subscribers, whatever social media account you're on, if you treat them that way, if you insult them, and treat them this way, they're not gonna stick by you. Because words can hurt, and there's only so much a person can take of that before they snap and leave, and never come back. For anybody else who is watching this, I really do hope that this video will help when it comes to bullying. For those of you who actually bully people, if you're doing it because you have your own issues to deal with, that's not going to make them go away. Treating people that way is not going to make your problems go away. It's only going to make it worse. Especially if you end up doing something extreme to where the person you're bullying ends up trying to take their own life. That's on you. That was your choice to treat them that way, when they did nothing wrong. And this goes to you again, Deon. Actually, tell anybody who subscribed to him still, which I don't know how many of my subscribers actually are at this point, tell him about this video and make sure that he knows it. The things you say to people have weight. Whether you mean what you say when you have your meltdowns or not, it still hurts when you treat people that way. And I am very surprised that you still have as many subscribers as you do, because no decent person should stick around somebody who says all kinds of hurtful and mean things towards them. I don't care if they mean it or not. It still hurts. And for any parents that end up watching this, I don't know if any parents actually end up watching this or not, but if you do, please share this video and try and get it around as much as possible, because people do need to know that just because you're not hurting someone physically doesn't mean that they still can't get hurt by words. I'm just sick and tired of people treating each other badly just because they aren't getting what they want. Or because, Deon, you cannot blame your meltdowns on your depression. You can think about what you're going to say before you say it. If you feel like you're going to get a meltdown, I would suggest writing all your insults down on a piece of paper and then throwing it away. That is what I would suggest you do. That way you do not hurt your subscribers, and you do not hurt your mother. Nobody gets hurt. Because your subscribers have done nothing to deserve that. Sorry. Talking for a long period of time kind of hurts my voice a bit. Which is why I haven't done my readings in a while. Anyway, if you guys agree with what I'm saying, please like, comment, say anything you want to say in the comment section, feel free to put in it. I don't really care if it's negative or positive. And if you agree, I would suggest sharing it as many of your social media accounts as possible, because this message just needs to get out. We need to try and get rid of as much bullying as we can. Deon, I don't care that your videos don't get very many views. That is no excuse for being a bully. You say you want to try and do good with this in your account. You say you want to help people. Well, you're being a hypocrite. You're being a bully. That is the opposite of what you're trying to do. Because when you treat people that way, you're hurting them. It might not be physically, but you are hurting them. And sooner or later, they're not going to take it anymore, and they're going to leave. And then you wonder why you don't have any supporters or friends. Who wants to be friends with or support someone like that, who treats them badly with their words? And just so you know, that is also the reason why I am staying clear of you. Because I do not want to get yelled at. I don't want insults. I only apologized for my subscribers that said what they did last night in the last night's stream because it needed to be said. I didn't know if they were going to apologize, and I wanted to do so for them. Because they went too far. Only people you should be telling to kill themselves are mass murderers, dictators, and terrorists. Those are the only types of people that should get death threats. And Deon, if you keep running your channel the way like you do, where you block anybody who has criticism against you or doesn't agree with what you're saying, you're becoming like a dictator type channel. Because that's what dictators do. They silence anybody who speaks out against them. And tries to control everything. I know it's your channel, but you do not treat your subscribers this way, because they will take their viewing somewhere else. And then what are you going to do? You're not going to have any views, you're not going to have any money coming in, you're going to be worse off. I'm not saying you have to be happy all the time. And I know, I don't need to be making this one whole Deon thing, but it just needs to be said. I'm not saying you have to be happy all the time. But treating people the way you have in the past few live streams you've been doing, you're going to lose more subscribers that way, Deon. I'm sorry. Ever think maybe that's the reason why other YouTubers are probably more successful, because they don't treat people that way? You're the only YouTuber that I've seen that treats their subscribers and supporters like dirt. I think even Logan Paul treats his subscribers better. Correct me if I'm wrong on that, because I do not watch Logan Paul, but if he treats his subscribers, decently, then let me know. If he doesn't, then let me know, and I'll, retract what I said. But if he does treat his subscribers good, then you're worse off than Logan Paul. I'm sorry, but it's true. Or it's possibly true. Like I said, I do not watch Logan Paul. But I'm not saying you have to do everything that your subscribers say. But treating your subscribers like garbage when all they want is to try and help you or watch your content, it's not a good thing. That is not how you grow a channel on YouTube. I'm sorry, but it's the truth. Because no one's going to stick around and watch someone when they're going to get yelled at and insulted for doing nothing wrong. Or even just talking to each other in the chat and not paying you attention. That's what happens sometimes in his streams. Where some of the people are talking about, different topics that they want to talk about. And not paying attention, not giving attention to Deon. He'll get mad and block them for that. Anyway, for parents, anybody who agrees about stopping bullying, verbal bullying, physical bullying, stopping it all, please like and share as many times as you can. And if you want to, feel free to leave a comment, because I'd like to hear what you guys have to say on this as well. Anyway, I better, end this before I start rambling again on that Deon, because I'm done. One more thing, Deon. I was not bragging about my engagement. I was excited. Do you not expect me to be excited about getting engaged and wanting to tell everybody I know about it? I wanted to give you some good news and to just tell everybody about it, including you. It was not meant to be anything offensive. Whether you believe me or not is your own issue. But I'm telling the truth. I wanted to give you some good news because you had already gone through so many bad news with having to move out of the apartment, moving in those 4 motels, which are apparently crappy motels, and still dealing with all your depression and everything. I wanted to give you some good news. I don't care if it didn't affect you, it's still good news. Some form of good news. But no, you took it negatively. Anyway, I'm not bringing that up anymore. For those of you who are on my Discord server, feel free to let me know in the comments what you thought of it, or what you thought of all this that I'm talking about in the video, because I want to hear what everybody has to say, negative or positive. Because, sorry, I'm gut burping. Negative comments and dislikes are not bad to me. I welcome it. And you should too, Deon, because it still gives your videos engagement. Who cares if it's dislikes or negative comments? It's still people giving you comments. And still, clicking the button on your videos. Anyway, I didn't mean for this to turn into a rant, I said, but I just had to get this off my chest. Anyway, I better, quit before it gets too long. But like I said, share the video if you agree, like if you agree, comment on what you thought of it, and give your own 2 cents if you want. But that's all I have to say on the matter. And I will see you all next time.